That's a mistake that everybody makes when it comes down to checking in. Is either you checking in to get set up and get robbed, or you checking in to get. If you got that, just the rules of the streets in LA. It's like people think Beverly Hills is so far away, but the hood is only like 10, 15 minutes away.
Y'all, the streets are on fire because some heavy accusations are being thrown Big U's way, linking him to the heartbreaking death of PNB Rock. And if even a tiny bit of this tea is true, it's got people seriously giving the whole situation the side eye. Now, before we dive headfirst into this madness, let's be clear, this is all speculation, fueled by insiders and the internet detectives who always have the receipts. So here's the tea. It all popped off when Loose Cannon, a dude who's allegedly tied to the Crips, came out swinging. He made some bold, jaw-dropping claims, saying that PNB Rock's downfall started the moment he refused to check in when he landed in LA. And that, my friends, is where the drama begins.
Mistake that everybody make when it comes down to checking in is either you checking in to get set up and get robbed, or you checking in to get.
For those who aren't hip to how LA street politics work, listen up. When an artist, especially one from out of town, steps into the city, there's this unspoken code, check in. It's not about being pressed. It's about showing respect, letting the OGs know you're in town, and making sure you're moving right through certain neighborhoods. No check-in, no protection, no favors, and sometimes no mercy.
That's a mistake that everybody make when it comes down to checking in. Is either you checking in to get set up and get robbed, or you checking in to get. If you got that, just the rules of the streets in LA. It's like people think Beverly Hills is so far away, but the hood is only like 10, 15 minutes away.
And this is where Big U's name jumps smack into the middle of this storm. See, he's been tied to the rollin' 60s Crips for years, and folks in the industry know when you're moving around LA, Big U was the guy you were supposed to tap in with. But PNB Rock, he wasn't about that life. In past interviews, he made it loud and clear. He didn't believe in checking in and wasn't the type to roll heavy with security either. Dude moved solo. And while that sounds cool in theory, in LA, that's like playing chess without a king.
Unless you're gonna move around with security, you don't wanna have to do that.
Well, yeah,
every time you go out.
100%.
Feel me? Like that should be, bro.
People are targets out here, and especially
Niggas tried me out here a couple times. You feel me? Like I ain't gonna lie, shit don't never work. You feel me? I be too on point. Like I'm from the same y'all trying to.
And that mindset? It doesn't always sit pretty with certain folks, especially the ones who allegedly see themselves as the gatekeepers of the streets, like Big U. Now here's where it gets eerie. The day PNB Rock lost his life, we know the basic facts. It all went down at Rosco's in South LA. Reports said a 17-year-old kid, allegedly sent by his father Freddie Trone, tried to snatch PNB's chains. It ended in tragedy, and Freddie Trone, he's now locked away for life.
A True Crime News exclusive, never-before-seen surveillance video of the crime as it unfolded. The father and son suspects trying to cover their tracks. Was it pre-planned or a robbery gone wrong?
But here's the part that's got everybody's ears perked up. What Loose Cannon said after the tragedy. Loose, who used to roll with Big U, went on record in an interview and dropped major bombs. According to him, he and Big U were both at Rosco's that day. Yeah, you heard that right.
PNB Rock.
The crazy part about it is I was at Rosco's when it happened.
You know, dude was like, he wanted that chain. He said no, and boop boop, no questions asked, and just took it and bounced.
But he stood on his business, but then it ultimately costed his life. And then people don't have to understand the kid was only 17 years old. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just different.
Loose claimed there might have been a much bigger plan behind the whole thing. Allegedly, after the robbery, the next move was supposed to be reaching out to PNB Rock with a so-called solution. Like, yo, we know who took your stuff. We can get it back for you. Of course, that kind of help comes with a fat price tag. It's the kind of street hustle that's been allegedly run before. Make the victim desperate, offer a fake rescue plan, and either run the tab up or use it as leverage. And who better to play middleman than someone with deep ties like Big U?
Give it up and then check in with the real people. So we're going to find a jury and we're going to get it because we know all the pawn shops, we know all the people that's going to melt it down and everything like that. So as soon as it comes on their table, we got it.
But something went horribly wrong. Some say PNB might have resisted. Others think the young gunner panicked. Either way, what was supposed to be a setup for a pay-to-play hustle spiraled into a deadly disaster. And honestly, a lot of people never bought the whole wrong place, wrong time excuse. The timing, the setup, the players. It just didn't add up. One internet user even said, "Those fools just happened to be sitting in the exact restaurant at the exact time. They set him up." Another added, "Loose cannon gotta be top 10 dumbest criminals." He straight up said he was there, and even explained the whole plan about getting PNB's jewelry back. And Big U? Yeah, he did respond, but his response only made things murkier.
What are your thoughts on what happened to PNB?
I mean, it could happen to everybody. Just to be honest with you, I spoke on that. It's about greed. You know what I mean? Greed, envy, same thing I did. I mean, I did that. I was on the other side of, I grew up and I lived on the other side of where PNB Rock was.
When asked about it, Big U publicly denied any shady involvement. He brushed it off, saying what happened to PNB Rock could have happened to anybody. According to him, it was just greed and envy at play. He even admitted that once upon a time, he used to be on the other side of situations like that, whatever that means. But here's what got folks raising their eyebrows. He didn't deny being at Roscoe's that day, and he didn't confirm it either. That weird half answer just made everything way cloudier.
And I don't think nobody is safe. I know dudes right now from LA who are actual gang members who have been robbed for their jewelry, who real killers. Like who really real killers. Like if he ever find out who did that, he gonna knock everybody down.
Big U also defended the whole check-in culture in LA, saying it wasn't about extorting or pressing artists, it was about safety and showing respect in a politically charged city. But honestly, after everything that's come to light, people aren't exactly buying that sweet little explanation.
Any real dude that's ever really been in LA, he checked in. Any real dude that's ever been in Atlanta, he checked in. If you moving and you getting money, you gonna check in because you need to know the right places to be and places not to be. That's a businessman. Yeah. So I mean, but shit, some people feel like I am who I am. To speak to I don't want to say his name, PNB Rock.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's the case with him. I think he was living here so long, he felt like he knew the place, and that's good. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think his situation is a checking in situation. He been living here. He know the people. He kind of know how to move. He just got caught slipping, if you ask me. Could happen to me tomorrow. So I don't think his is a real, like, quote unquote checking in and not checking in.
Gotcha.
Because when you move here and you now call this home, shit, you checked in. You like, this home. I ain't no visitor no more. Like, I live with y'all. I'm one of y'all. Hey, I'm one of y'all. You know, like, keep one at it.
And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, boom, March 2025 hits. Big U gets hit with a 43-count federal RICO indictment. We're talking about extortion, human trafficking, fraud, and even ties to a 2021 murder involving an artist under his label. Now let's be clear, PNB Rock's case wasn't specifically named in those charges, but the timing, right after Loose Cannon's interviews went viral, whew, it's looking real messy. Sources say the feds had been watching Big U way longer than anyone realized. Now he's sitting in a cell, facing charges that could keep him locked up for life. No daylight, no second chances. And the internet? Oh, they are eating this up. One user dragged him saying, Big U literally survived off of extorting and hurting black artists. You didn't see him making Taylor Swift or Post Malone check in. Another said, the fall of the extortion king. Big U didn't check in with the feds, and now they're checking him out. Whew, the irony. It's wild how so many pieces of this story are still blurry. Who was really pulling the strings? Who knew what? Who set the plays in motion? At the end of the day, you have to wonder, was this about respect, power, or something way darker under the surface?